Hey everyone, welcome to Homestead Corner. I'm Jenny, and today I have got a $50 budget stock up haul from 3 different stores. Due to the events over the weekend, I cannot believe how crazy this country is becoming. There was another assassination attempt, according to the news, on President Trump, and I just can't believe where this country is. And I just wanted to start off by asking any of you that pray for our country. We need it. This is just so insane. I cannot believe the mental health of this country is just out of control. I cannot believe the violence and anger. It is just gross. So we're going to jump into the video. I had gone to Dollar Tree and I gave myself a $25 budget there, and I did have some extra money tucked away. So a couple other stores I stopped at on the way home, I grabbed a few deals that I found. So we're going to start off with Dollar Tree and we'll jump right in. So the first thing I grabbed at Dollar Tree was, I love these 20-ounce boxes of pasta. I think they are a great deal for $1.25. If you can't find pasta on sale, some of the pastas are up to $2, $3 a box. I mean, it can be ridiculous depending on the brand you like. If you haven't tried Columbia, it's actually quite good. So we really like it, and we've been buying it for quite a while, and it does save a bunch of money because there's more than a meal in here, because there's an extra 4 ounces, so it really helps out on the budget. We love to keep a good amount of pasta in the pantry, and obviously all the things to make pasta in case of a long-term situation. We'll be able to continue to have it, even though I don't store tons and tons of it. The next thing that I grabbed was a 2-pound bag of white rice. White rice is one of those things that you can add to just about anything. You can get the brown rice there as well, same price. And we just throw a handful in soups. You can make casseroles with it. There's so many options for rice that it's a great meal stretcher when you're on a budget and trying to conserve as much as you can. It's really going to stretch it out and fill up that belly. If you do not like rice, I have gotten quinoa there before, which doesn't have as many carbs in it, and there are lots of other options, definitely, if you can't eat white rice. Well, or pasta. Some people are really concerned about the carbs, but they help give you energy, so that's important in an emergency situation. The next thing I grabbed was spicy brown mustard. We really like this brand. I keep it in the pantry. Tastes really good. I use it in all sorts of recipes, so we love to have that as well. And the next thing I grabbed was sweet chili sauce. We love this brand. It is really good, and it's great on chicken and, all sorts of stuff. Any kind of rice dish. We add it to tons of things. Very good. And the next thing I grabbed was some soy sauce. I like the glass bottles. They have bigger bottles that are plastic, but the glass bottles are going to last way longer in your pantry. So if you're looking for longer term storage, glass bottles are definitely the way to go. I don't stock up as much on the plastic bottle stuff because your stuff inside isn't going to go bad as long as it's sealed, but the plastic is going to degrade over time. So I don't keep them long term. You could repackage them if you wanted to, recan them or whatever you wanted to do. The next thing I grabbed is Texas Pete hot sauce. We love having a bunch of different sauces and flavorings to add to those pantry items because they really are so bland. The next thing I grabbed was just a couple more of the soap pumps. We really like these. They work great. These are about $8 online. They fit on any standard regular mason jar bottle, and I really love that. They're working super good. The little straw in here that sucks the soap up fits in a pint size really well. So we usually use it on that, or you could even trim it down if you had a smaller jar and wanted to go that way. And then I grabbed a box of parchment paper. I love parchment paper. It really helps with cleanup, and it saves a ton on cleanup, and it also helps your cookies. I've never had a cookie burn on these, which I think is great. And we are making almost all of our snacks now because it is just getting too expensive at the grocery store to buy anything pre-made. And we all know the food that's at the grocery store that's pre-made is not really all that good for us. If you start looking at the ingredients, it definitely makes you feel not so good. But so we're making more and more because financially we have to. And the next thing that I grabbed was just a pack of straws. And I know people don't like plastic straws because of the environment, but I like them and I'm going to have them as long as I can. You don't like paper straws. I had one the other day when I went out to lunch and it collapsed within minutes. It was awful. The next thing I grabbed is just an extra pack of plastic bags. You want to make sure you've got plastic bags for all sorts of things. Taking snacks with you saves a ton of money when you're out running errands. So we love to have plenty of plastic bags and things ready to go. And they're useful to keep things organized, all sorts of stuff. So we keep a good supply of those in our pantry. The next thing I grabbed was some 1 gallon zipper bags. These are, again, great for keeping things organized. You can collect water in these. Use them for tons of different things. We love plastic bags. They are super handy in so many different situations. And you would be surprised. We always keep them in all our emergency bags. We have one folded up and tucked in there. I keep one of my first aid kits is a sandwich bag. So, anything that you can use them for is great. They're pretty inexpensive and really handy to have around. Let's see. And then the rest of our stuff is all pantry items, all food, definitely. We got classic Alfredo sauce. I grabbed 2 of these, the Prego. These are wonderful for a super fast meal. Boil up some of your noodles, pour your sauce on, add a can of chicken, some veggies. You have got 1 pot Alfredo meal that's super simple and quick to put together. It just takes the longest time is cooking that spaghetti. So, and then once it's cooked, you just start tossing everything in and make it warm. That's it. That's all you have to do. We really like that. And then I grabbed, what do we got in here? Grabbed 2 cans of the red gold diced tomatoes. I think tomatoes of any sort that you can get into your pantry is good. Whole tomatoes, diced tomatoes, you can always blend them down for sauce if you need to. Just stick them in the blender or, throw them in the pot, heat them up, smash them with a potato masher, whatever you got to do. These are so handy for so many dishes. So whatever kind of tomatoes I can get, I always just grab them, whether it's a size that I normally use or the form, or if it's not, I can change it into what I need, which is another very handy thing. And then I grabbed 2 of the Swanson's chicken broth, and these are the low sodium ones. They have them in at Dollar Tree this week. I always grab the low sodium. I don't have to have it low sodium, but I think it tastes better because I'm not a huge salt fan, and so many of the prepared foods have so much salt in them, which is usually what the problem is. So, but when you're cooking yourself, you don't have to add as much salt, but you do need a lid also. And then the last thing I got from Dollar Tree was the beef broth. I really like these as well. They are perfect. There's about 2 cups in each can, so perfect for smaller recipes and things like that when you only need a cup or 2. And I just put the leftover in a mason jar in the fridge for whatever the next recipe calls for. And they're good for a couple weeks in there. I've never had any issues. And the next thing that I grabbed, after I went to Dollar Tree, I stopped at Hanford on the way, and in the clearance bin, they had organic kidney beans for 69 cents a pound. So I grabbed all that I could. I got 9 pounds, and it cost me $6.21 for 9 pounds of beans. Whenever you see those deals, definitely snag them up. These can be, throw these in the freezer, kill any eggs that are on them. Once they're back down to room temperature, I just let them sit out next to the freezer for a few days, and then repackage them in an airtight container. The older your beans get, the harder they are to cook. But if you put them in airtight containers, it's going to make them be a little bit easier to cook for longer. So there's still 20 years from now, they're going to be hard no matter what and hard to cook. But if I put these in, seal them up in mason jars or Mylar, anything like that, it's going to help them so they don't dry out so much over time, because these bags are not airtight and rodents would just go right through these. So getting these sealed up is a great thing to store them in that long-term storage. This is the protein you need to go with that rice. And after I left Hanford, I had to stop at Walmart, of course, and I think the best you can, stop at every store you can and do it the best you can. While you're out there, gas is still going up, and we need to conserve gas as well. So we try to do all our errands in one shot when we're out. And I did stop at Walmart on the way back, and I found in the clearance section 11 one-yard bolts between $1 to $2.75, which is a super deal for fabric. If you're a sewer or if you plan on making things for your home, I try to make placemats, all of that kind of stuff. Our coasters, simple sewing projects are really good to know, and having that skill, it is a wonderful emergency preparedness skill, I think, because you're going to have to fix things or make new things when they wear out. So we like to keep fabric is another one of our preps. So when I need placemats or anything, really, I can make new curtains, I can make whatever. It doesn't have to be difficult and it doesn't have to be fancy, but it'll work. So whenever I can grab fabric at a good deal, and especially if you're a crafter, because fabric is usually $5 to $15 a yard, and these are all just cotton 1-yard bolts, which I thought was great. Some were $2.75, $2, $2.25, $2.50. And I even got a few, I think there are 4 here, that were only $1 a yard. So I thought that was a great deal. And whenever we find those deals, getting them stored so we have them when we need them is going to help us in the long run. So our total today was $51.71. It was a little more than I planned on spending, but because I saved a little money here and a little bit of money there on our prepping money, I was able to pull from that little extra stash and get a few extra things that I wasn't planning on getting, but I had the money put away for whatever it was that I found a good deal on. So make sure you're watching those deals. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you next time. Bye!